have to score. You're looking up and down this lineup. Who is going to find the bucket other than Justin Moore, the Drexel commit? You got to get a body on Bradshaw at all times. I don't know if they double team, triple team him, but they're going to have to do something. If the Panthers go on run, you got to call a timeout and just kind of recollect, and you got to hope that Wagner somehow, some way gets cold. I don't think that's going to happen, but it'll be interesting to see.
Wagner is a 3-level scorer. I mean, it's unusual for a guy of his caliber to just go ice cold, but that's certainly what the Vikings are hoping for tonight. They enter the contest at 3-2. Would love to make it 4-2, but the odds are stacked. But that doesn't mean that we can't see a win for them right now as we're getting to the starting lineup introductions down on the court for the end of day number 1. Day 2 promises to be a good one as well. We got lots of awesome matchups, Corey, top to bottom, but of course, we can't skip this one because this one's just too good to be true. Finally get to see the Camden Panthers put their best foot forward, and they go against a squad that is coached by John Moscow, who used to be over at Newman Goretti for a number of years. Now he is with the arch rival Archbishop Wood in his 9th year as head coach. Wood is a very different team than last year, though, Corey. They lost 4 guys to Division I programs, 1 football, 3 basketball. We'll get to them as the game actually goes on. But this is the marquee matchup of the night for very good reason. Superstars on both sides of the floor. We're going to see some lights-out shooting and hopefully some real superstar-esque stuff from DJ Wagner, maybe some stuff that'll take over social media.
Absolutely. You mentioned Archbishop Wood. Philly loves their basketball.
Oh, yeah.
We were talking to some coaches, and the fandom, if you don't think it's real in the city of brotherly love, you're sadly mistaken. But on the other side, Camden, New Jersey, and the Garden State, they love their basketball just as much. You mentioned John Moscow, the head coach for Archbishop Wood. On the other side, Rick Brunson,
yes,
the father of Jalen Brunson, the former star at Villanova, now playing with the Dallas Mavericks. So, there's basketball bloodlines running deep in both of these programs, and we are almost near tip-off, and I'm so excited. We're walking up to the press box here above the bleachers at Cape Henlopen, and everybody's standing. Everybody's got their phones out, and it's just so cool to see how many people realize the special talent that's coming here to Lewis, Delaware. You talk about, these showcases all across the country. This is a premier showcase, and we're going to have premier talent closing us out tonight. We had it throughout the day, and we have more tomorrow and Wednesday.
Yeah, and we have some superstars in the crowd, a lot of coaching alums. I've seen some staff from Georgetown, Wisco over on the side. And then, of course, in the last game, Kayla and Laurencia talked about it, but Kentucky headman and one of the legends of the game, Coach John Calipari, sitting on the right baseline right now, or my right, I should say. Oh, there we go. We got a nice little shot of Coach Cal playing a little social media, maybe playing some Bejeweled, who knows? Maybe he's a fan of some matching games. No, but I know that Coach Cal is really excited to see, especially someone like Wagner, who is still uncommitted. He said verbally that he's willing to go to literally any Division I program that there is, and we know wherever he goes, he's going to be a 20-point-per-game kind of guy. So what he can show us tonight is what he's been showing people since he was very young, 13 years of age, really when he started shifting over from football to hoops full time. He knew about his family's legacy, 2 generations of NBA players. Maybe one day he's going to be the 3rd. But this is going to be a lot of fun here, kiddos.
It certainly is. Camden is in the white, Archbishop in the black. Desir Haskins, a 6'7 junior, getting the tip-off along with Archbishops, and the Vikings will start with possession as we're underway in the final game of the night. Philly versus New Jersey. Cutting to the basket and getting rejected is Basile Lassiter. But then they follow up nicely there, and Archbishop Wood scoring first. Yeah, that's Tyson Allen right there getting that bucket to go. Coach has always said that he is a real hound for the offensive rebounds. He made it count right there on that block shot attempt, Corey, and turns it into points. Sion Medley, a 6-foot junior, dishing it down low. Good pass. And it's a hook shot in and out of the rim. Missed there by Desir Haskins. And Justin Moore, the leading scorer for this team, just dished the rock off a second ago. Now gets it back on the left wing. It's going to be interesting to see how he matches up against some of these larger contenders as he goes into the trees and loses the battle against Haskins. Yeah, it's not going to be an easy test there, though. Camden struggling to find the hoop. Archbishop Wood making it very tough early here. Wide open 3, and it's short off the iron, almost goes into the rim. Yeah,
Wagner almost deflected. Take it in transition.
3, bucket, cash it. Beautiful shot by Sion Medley, starting point guard. And Coach Brunson says, as he goes, we go. And that's a good start there for Melody. Down low, and there it is, the down low pressure coming from Camden. We're talking about the height differential. How will this impact the Vikings offensively? And right now the Panthers just very physical and just very tough to get through right now.
We talked about Rick Brunson a little bit ago. He's a John Chaney disciple, so there's a little bit of Philly connection on the other side of the bench for you. This was a guy that, prided himself in learning from Chaney and developing a lot of stuff. As we see the first shot of Wagner from the game, which is off, but Brunson, certainly with his son in the NBA, he knows what basketball greatness looks like. He's gotten the opportunity to work with so many talented kids, and now he's out here with the number 4 ranked team in the country.
Vikings beating a trap, and the bank is open. Whoa. Mike Naus, the 6'4" senior, a great three-point shooter, nails it, and the Panthers struggling. Here come the Vikings in transition. Blocked. Second chance, though, good. There is Justin Moore.
This is a strong start for Archbishop Wood right now. They are totally dominating the pace against the Panthers, which is unusual.
Contact drawn there. That's the first effort we've seen by DJ Wagner going to the hoop. And you couldn't draw up a better start here if you're Archbishop Wood. Up by 3, I know it's early, but they are not intimidated by the 2 superstars we talked about in Wagner Jr. and Bradshaw.
No, Corey, it's almost like they have their roster of last year, those 4 seniors that went on to play D1. Marcus Randolph, who's at Richmond. Rasul Diggins is at UConn. He's the all-time leading scorer for this team. They had Deshaun Shepard, who's at LaSalle in Philly. He's getting around 10 minutes a game there. And then Robert Jackson, who's their big man inside. He actually plays defensive end for Cincinnati. So kind of a dual sport threat that ended up going the way of the gridiron. And Wood looking like they don't really need those guys right now.
They're trying to get it going. Tyson Allen and company for the Vikings. Early on here, 5:26 to go in the first quarter. Archbishop Wood taking on the number 4 team in the country, Camden High School. Vikings in transition, a little too strong off the window. And here comes Camden. And the lay-in easily made by Sion Medley, scored 12 points, I should say. They've only played 1 game so far, but
yes.
ESPN is so high on them. There's a steal, and there is DJ Wagner.
Oh, man, look at the way that Haskins is just getting in the face of the Archbishop Wood inbounder, no matter who it is. In this case, it's Tyson Allen. They are aggressive right off the get-go. They didn't like being put down under immediately. Now they have a 7-6 lead here, 4:57 to go.
And notice no Bradshaw on the court so far for Camden. Hard to miss him at 7 feet tall.
No, they're letting their guards do their thing, taking the early matchups, and it's an interesting strategy move from Coach Brunson. If we don't see Bradshaw come quarter 2, got to wonder if something's wrong, but as of right now, probably just a little game planning.
The move by Wagner, trying to dish it to his teammate. They recollect and set things up. No shot clock in this showcase for those watching at home. So this offense on either side can certainly take their time. 4.5 minutes to go. 7-6, Camden leading. The number 4 team of the country ranked by ESPN. Corner 3 bounces and hits the strap, holding up the hoop.
What do we even call that?
I'm not sure. A strap? It's not a rope.
It's the hoop raiser and lower violation. Classic, right? Happens all the time.
Little press here by the Panthers. Tie up, and it's a jump ball. But we're seeing the Panthers really pressing Archbishop Wood here after the Vikings kind of was able to get out in transition, score some buckets. Now the Panthers are making it really hard to just have the Vikings cross the timeline right now.
That play very emblematic of, or really the epitome of the character for Wagner. Both of his parents, including DeJuan Wagner, who came up in the high school days with the late Eddie Griffin, he always says that he wants his son to be humble as he knocks down the 2 from the free throw line. But him diving on the floor right there, there's no superstar ego in that kind of play, Corey.
And this press continues to be troublesome for the Vikings. Trying to get it up and in was Desir Haskins, but now We have a whistle blown on the court, and Archbishop Wood not really having an answer right now for this trap defense, I should say, of the Panthers.
So if you watch, we may not have the lens far enough, but the two guys who are at half court right now, one is always plugging back, the second coming forward. So it quickly becomes that four-man press with the illusion of almost giving a, hey, we're going to send two back just in case that they go to that Hail Mary. But Wood can't even get a pass above the three-point line right now, let alone move the ball to half court, Corey.
And they force a turnover right there, and we have a break in the action. Camden leading Archbishop Wood 9-6 here in the first quarter, and right now Archbishop Wood trying to keep pace, and we see just the defense of this Panthers team, just a block there by Desir Haskins. And we mentioned the 7-footer Aaron Bradshaw not even on the court right now. A big three there for the Panthers. Beautiful shot. And you know, how will this team look when Bradshaw gets in the game? We see him going back to the bench with his warm-up tee on. So, as you mentioned, very curious to see if he comes in this game at all. But right now, if you're Archbishop Wood, you're hoping he doesn't, because I think that's their only chance of maybe keeping this game close, depending on how things play out.
And the first player off the bench is not Bradshaw, but Boog Robinson, Cornelius Robinson, averaging around 4 points, 5 boards a game for the Panthers.
Deep three taken, and it's a nothing but net. Beautiful shot by Medley.
That was perfect.
Medley drawing D1 interest from Drexel, Penn, Harvard, and Princeton. A smart guy. Medley getting some Ivy League offers.
Well, it's showing right now in his performance. I mean, he's made every right play so far. That shot was deep, as finally we got Bradshaw coming into the game. We've been giving him a lot of hype, but here comes the 7-foot presence on the floor wearing number 2, Corey.
Easy to spot there. Crowd enjoying it. You saw the cameras out, the phones out, taking pictures of him, videos of him warming up. One of the best centers in the entire country. A little give and go down to Bradshaw. He loses the control, and Archbishop Wood there for the pickup.
All right, so he lost the ball, but coaches have touted and scouts have touted his ability to do so well on screen and roll situations. Even when guys tag him, when he is the roller, he somehow finds a way to get the job done.
And the Vikings trying to go in transition. Now missed that last three, but a quick turnover almost there by the Panthers. Up by 6 with 3:08 to go here in the first quarter. Both teams kind of jittery, it seems like. We saw that in the last game we called. Just trying to feel each other out. You don't play each other often, so trying to just get a feel for what the other team is going to do. We didn't see the teams really gelling until the second half.
Well, teams are always, at this level, used to traveling more or less, but this is quite literally 2 days after Christmas. So, you know, we maybe got some opening presence, slow movement here as Wagner gets the cup. And that's showing, although not so much with that kid.
What a move by Wagner, able to slice and dice through the defense. The press continuing. Ball is pawed up and into the hands of the Panthers. Corner 3, no good. Second chance points, though, here coming. Medley with it, kicks it out. Another 3, off the mark. Easy rebound for Basile Lassiter, the junior guard. He's going to try and go coast to coast. A little ball fake, a little too strong as well, but nice movement there by Lassiter. Able to draw the contact. Coach Brunson not happy on the sideline.
Yeah, crowd not very happy with that call either. Was a little bit of a late whistle, but regardless, it's going to send Lassiter to the line. Guy who averages 6 points a game. See if he can add 2 right now from the charity stripe, Corey.
Yeah, Lassiter, a good finisher, gets to the rim, has a quick first step. We just saw all of that right there. Some substitutions for Archbishop Wood. Josh Reed now coming in. Father Rick Reed, if you're a Philadelphia basketball lifer, he's inducted in the Big 5 Hall of Fame. Played at Temple, one of the top point guards in the storied history of the Owls men's program. His son Josh Reed now on the court for Archbishop Wood.
Yeah, and much like his dad, tremendous on-ball defender. He's going to keep a hand in your face at all times.
Wagner dishes it out, and it's the big fella missing wide from range. Rebounded, and here's Reed, pickpocketed, and here comes Elijah Perkins with authority.
Wow. That's a rim-rocking dunk that's got everybody wearing purple out of their seats here right now.
What a slam by Perkins. 6'4" senior guard, known for his defense, but right there showing off that offense.
Yeah, it's interesting. Coach Brunson says that he's arguably one of the best defenders in the country. By the way, that dunk, not unusual for him. Just last week in their game against Roselle Catholic, Perkins actually made the SportsCenter top 10 for an unbelievable slam that he had as well.
There's a block shot by Rasheer Fleming, the first time we've seen him, 6'8" forward. This Panthers team just so lanky, some contact there. As it looked like there was more of a stiff arm coming from Deuce Kennedy, transfer in as a senior because his school actually closed, Bishop McDevitt, so he's able to play here at Archbishop Wood. And here's another look at that slam from Perkins. Oh my, body into the rim, and
yeah, we might have to call Omar over at SportsCenter and just be like, yo man, you might have to throw that one up there again.
That was ferocious. 1:15 to go. Fadeaway jumper, no good. Panthers, though, get the rebound thanks to Bradshaw.
Oh.
A little scoop and second chance, no good. It was Wagner trying to score and then Fleming trying to clean it up. And going to the hoop there nicely. Basile Lassiter, he gets a bucket, and here come the Panthers. Very quick in transition. Loose ball, Bradshaw kicks it out. Wide open, Trey, yes sir.
Oh man, Medley now with 11 points, Corey. He is electric for them.
Medley, we mentioned Ivy League interest, so good on and off the court in the classroom. And he is putting on a clinic right now beyond the arc. 30 seconds left. Camden up by 10. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will be Panthers basketball.
Man, Coach Rick Brunson, I mean, he has so much to be proud about with this unit. He used to be in the NBA for a long period of time. Was an assistant there, coached with the T-Wolves for the last 3 seasons, the Bulls, among some others. He also played in the league, too, with Toronto, the Knicks, and the Bulls, among a bunch of other squads. And, you know, he said coaching in the NBA was more of a job, and now that he's here at the high school level, gets to do it for the love of the game. But it's probably easy to love the game when this team is as good as it is. I mean, gosh, Fleming before, even though he missed that move, I mean, that post-up shot was very, like, reminiscent of almost like Andre Drummond. It was so beautiful and just, like, strong at the same time.
Vikings holding for the last shot of the first quarter, trying to cut into this 10-point deficit. Deep three, heave, whistle, though, on the shot as the shot clock and the quarter expires.
That's a careless foul, Corey. That's something that Rick is not going to be happy about there with Rasheer Fleming, mainly because that's, you know, you're 7 feet behind the arc at that point. You're going to pull up. You know that the time is low. Why put yourself out there for them to potentially earn 3 free ones, especially with a guy like Jaleel Bethea, who has been an unbelievable scoring option off the bench for this team, averaging over 19 points. I've been talking a lot about Temple. This kid's got an offer from them. He's also got an offer from Robert Morris, Mount St. Mary's, Albany. Nice little list of low D1 programs. Coach Moscow says that, you know, his high arc on his shot is super forgiving, just allows, and we see it there in the free throw as well. Super technical. It's hard to believe the kid's only a sophomore.
It really is, and, you know, this is a big swing here, as you mentioned, a careless foul. Brunson not happy with it, but if you're Archbishop Wood, able to kind of recompose here, you're going to hit this free throw, or attempt it, I should say, and kind of regather yourself after what's been a wild first quarter where it seemed like the length of Camden just too much to overcome.
Fleming thought he could get away with just poking the ball out there, but they're going to call that every time. He's great, though. I'm really looking forward to seeing even more of his offense just after that one shot alone, and the way that Coach Brunson talks about his game. Perimeter type big. He's actually the first player to sign his NLI in Camden's new Clarence Turner gym.
Beautiful facility.
Yeah, and he's headed to St. Joe's, speaking more of Philly.
And that ends our first quarter, 19-12 your score. Camden, the number 4 team in the country, taking on Archbishop Wood out of Philadelphia. And So far, Zach, we saw a little bit of everything. We didn't see Aaron Bradshaw until halfway through that first quarter.
Sure.
But we saw some athletic plays, a block there on the defensive side from the Panthers, and they've been able to kind of turn that into offense as well. They're very quick to find the open shooter. There's a 3 by Sion Medley, who has 11 points already, and just a beautiful shot there.
Yeah, Medley is really surprising me. There were people that talked about his speed, but his ability to lose defenders today has set up these open shots. And I think that that's crucial for a team like Camden, where so many people are focusing in on your Aaron Bradshaws. They're focusing in on, the height that you get off the bench in Rasheer, and obviously your superstar in DJ. And for your point guard to be able to be out there and scoring at the infectious rate that he is, I mean, man, they are truly blessed in Camden, New Jersey.
They really are, and it's been really fun to watch so far. DJ Wagner starting to get going a little bit. Nice couple of shots and nice cuts to the basket. And we mentioned the man at UK, John Calipari, in attendance here tonight in Lewis, Delaware, to check out potentially a future Wildcat in DJ Wagner. We know he has an offer there at Kentucky, and everybody knows about DJ Wagner. You go on social media, everybody knows about his family, and it's just such a good story. And to have the sport of basketball just surround him in multiple ways, from his father and grandfather, and now he's looking to make it to the NBA as well.
Yeah, it's incredible how mature this kid is at just 16 years of age. He's so mature that the city of Camden, or Camden County, actually asked him and Sion Medley to be in an ad promoting vaccination for the COVID-19 vaccines. And he is in that ad that runs as a PSA within the county, both him, Sion, and Coach Rick Brunson as well.
Wagner trying to feed Bradshaw down low, a little too light on the hook shot. Vikings taking it up.
Every way that you cut it, right now, I mean, Camden is outplaying Wood for sure, but Wood's only down 7. So you got to think that maybe they hit a shot or two. They're right back in this thing.
And Archbishop Wood likes to play fast, but seems like Camden able to slow down this offense for the time being. And you're right, they're dominating. But right now there's a huge block there by Bradshaw, but cleaning it up is Tyson Allen, who is a great story as well. We'll talk to him, or about him, I should say, in a moment. But it just seems that the length has been slowing down this Viking squad, and right now they're just trying to stick with it, only down by 5.
Offensive rebounds aplenty. That's what we were hoping to expect from Tyson Allen. That's what we got so far.
Medley with a couple of threes on his ledger tonight, kicks it out to his teammate. Tries to hit one, misses a little too strong. That was Rasheer Fleming. And Vikings now corral it, moving up the court. Deuce Kennedy with it. Swings out to the perimeter, now has it back. Trying to go against the 7-footer Bradshaw.
Wow.
Beautiful pass down low, but cannot connect on the other end. That was Carson Howard, and here comes the slam. Oh, my Lord.
Oh.
Everybody on their feet after that one.
Yep, everyone tap the tops of your head, because that's one that's actually worth that movement right there. That was beautiful from Elijah Perkins.
His second slam in the first half. Oh, man.
Okay, so Perkins might be going back to SportsCenter for that one, not for the first one. Let it be known. My goodness. Look at that. To the rack with authority, and you're getting by Basile Lassiter, who's arguably the best defender for this Archbishop Wood team. Kudos to you, sir. My goodness.
That might be 2 top 10 worthy dunks in the first half. Here is the top recruit in 2023, DJ Wagner, misses the shot. 7-footer in Aaron Bradshaw says, no problem, I'm there.
That touch around the rim was super pure. Just his ability to locate himself off the spin.
Wagner trying to English it off the glass. Second chance is good.
Oh, my goodness. I'm just amazed. He's like an absolute spark plug. Seemingly no stopping him at any moment so far in these first 2 quarters of action.
Vikings trying to settle in offensively. Corner tray, no good. It was taken by Jaleel Bethea. Contact there, and it was Wagner looking to go off the right block. Both teams playing fast, there's no doubt about it. Archbishop Wood jumped out to an early lead to break or to start the game, I should say, but now it's Camden, the 4th-ranked team in the country according to ESPN. They've only played one game so far, and they beat Roselle, who we saw a little earlier today, 67-64, so a quality win. Nice little floater there on the side of Camden by Cornelius Robinson.
Yeah, Boog Robinson. Coach Brunson says that guy should be a linebacker, and we can kind of see why. Oh, little interception there from the linebacker as we get to that.
Here come the Panthers. No good on that shot, and that was Desir Haskins. Vikings doing a good job crashing the boards, though, Zach. They're a little outsized or overmatched in that regard, but they've been able to get some of the defensive boards.
This is too eager of shot taking right now from Wood. They really need to set up the opportunities, or they're going to get beat by DJ Wagner and this team each and every time down the floor.
Tough angle, able to sneak it through. And the press continues here for the Panthers. 29-14, 4:22 left in the second quarter. Ball is loose. And Robinson going to pull up mid-range, a little short, rebounded nicely by Mike Naus, 4-year varsity player who can shoot it from 3. We saw him hit an early 3, and now his teammate going to try and do so, and does. Jaleel Bethea, sharpshooter, shooting 38% from downtown, knocks it home. And we have a timeout on the floor, 29-17. Camden leading right now, and we talked about it in the open, Zach. We were excited to see Aaron Bradshaw, DJ Wagner, but Sion Medley has been really impressive for Camden. And how about this man right here, Elijah Perkins, his second slam. Coach Brunson said he's one of the best defenders in the country, but hey, don't tell him that tonight. For him, it's all about the offense.
Yes, indeed, and I love the way that Perkins has been able to move in transition. Camden prides themselves on being able to move with a lot of efficiency. I'm just honestly blown away by the way that this Camden team is keeping pace, especially through the press and on offense. There's never-ending cardio for this crew right now, and it's showing. Right now, Camden, though, only with a couple of guys that have actually scored for them on the floor, active.
So here we go, second quarter, under 4 minutes to go. Panthers looking to set it up. Wagner finds an open Medley. Has hit a couple threes, now swings it out. Good ball movement down low. Good defense, double teaming by the Vikings. Robinson, though, there getting the loose ball and up on the window.
Yeah, that was some grown man's play right there from a linebacker type build in Robinson. Really making stuff happen.
Nice down low pass and one, count it. Carson Howard, solid hard-nosed player according to Coach Brunson, averaging 8.5 points per game through the first 5 contests, and he'll go to the line.
Yeah, John Moscow says that this guy gets hit a lot but takes those hits extremely well, averaging close to that double-double. Through 4 games, he's had an equal number of offensive and defensive boards at 20 apiece. Now he gets the chance to make it a pure three-point play here.
And does. 11-point game, 3:23 to go here in the second quarter. Final game of day 1 of Hoop Hall East, presented by Slam Dunk to the Beach here in Lewis, Delaware. We had what was believed to be our first ever girls game to kick off the event. There's a steal for the Vikings, and taking it to the rim, Jaleel Bethea.
It was a strong take in transition. Bethea popping off the bench for 19 points a game. Seems like he's going to reach that mark tonight.
Alley-oop, yes, sir! Oh, it's Perkins again!
Oh, my goodness.
And the crowd goes wild.
Not once, not twice, but 3 times? Like, it's not even the end of the first 16 minutes, Corey.
Highlight reel material for Elijah Perkins in the first half. And Camden now just having its way here with the Vikings.
Yo, I love the way Deuce Kennedy plays, number 22 there. Coach said that he kind of looks like a beer league nose guard kind of character. And listen, I'm not here to judge a book by its cover, because he's certainly been ferocious on the defensive end of the ball and being crafty on offense right now too.
Crowd returning to their seats after that beautiful oop. Bradshaw trying to get going. One of the top centers in the country sets the pick. A little give and go. Bradshaw for three. Too strong off the iron. And contact made as Robinson a little too aggressive going for that loose ball.
You know, see, I don't like that foul at a showcase like this. You know, we're trying to show off the aggressiveness and whatnot from this team. Nous didn't really lose a step, etc. Fortunately for Boog, it's just his first foul. But, I mean, if this was deeper in the game and that got called, that was going to generate a different reaction.
11-point game, 1:50 left here in the second quarter. We've been talking about DJ Wagner, Aaron Bradshaw, but right now it's been the Elijah Perkins show for Camden. 3 ferocious dunks, including an alley-oop. Wide open 3 missed by Archbishop Wood. That was Mike Nous. Give and go to Bradshaw. He is fouled as he went up for the shot.
Corey, the stat of the game for me right now, and I'm sure it's blatantly obvious to anyone who's watching this game, but it's points off of turnovers, and Camden has 18 of them. So, you know, you take half of those out of the equation, and you're looking at a 2-point game. But instead, because Wood has not been able to beat what is, frankly, a suffocating press, I mean, they're just not going to have a prayer unless they can beat it the rest of the game. And that's pretty clear for Coach John Moscow, you know, that they're used to this kind of offensive in the Catholic League. But I don't think they're ever used to having it with the guys with the intangibles that the Panthers do, especially, you know, whether it be a 7-footer in Bradshaw or somebody who's got tremendous reach, 7'3" in Rasheer Fleming.
Bradshaw unable to connect on either shot. He's got offers from Kentucky, Memphis, Temple, Syracuse, just to name a few.
Yeah, University of Maryland on that list as well.
Floater no good. Rebounded quickly by the Panthers, and it's Medley. Medley now becoming more of a facilitator, a shooter earlier, and there is DJ Wagner showing off in front of potentially his head coach, John Calipari.
That was a beautiful hop, step, and gather.
3 misses wide off the mark again by Nous. He's not afraid to shoot it, but here comes the Panthers in transition.
Wagner has such elite passing vision. Like the fact that he saw the numbers coming down there and basically made the pass as he turned his head rather than just, you know, feeling things out like you or I would if we were out there.
A little reach and foul called against the Vikings, Jaleel Bethea. No shot clock here in the showcase, so with 33 seconds left, I don't think holding the ball for 33 seconds is the motto or the game plan here for Camden High, but I'm sure they will take their time and try and get the best look.
That was a solid trap from Wood. Know that they don't get the rock in their favor, but that's exactly how you're going to make guys like Wagner at least make a partial misstep and allow you to gain control of the rock, maybe take it back the other way.
30 seconds even left. Robinson dishes it out. Left wing 3, a little too strong. Can't get the rebound. Elijah Perkins has been everywhere, but unable to corral it, and Archbishop Wood with a chance maybe to hold it for the final bucket here in the first half. 22 seconds left. We have seen plenty of highlight plays already, mainly from Elijah Perkins.
Yeah, those dunks from Perkins are electric, but ultimately it's the scoring of Wagner and Medley right now, who are combined for 23 of Camden's 35 points. Medley a little cooler since that first quarter when we really saw him pulling up pretty much from anywhere and everywhere in three-point territory.
Give and go down low, a little too strong. That was a good feed to Bethea, but can't finish it, and that closes out the first half. 35-22, Camden in the lead, the number 4 team in the country, really showing why. Tons of explosive plays. Elijah Perkins made this crowd, which is a packed crowd, by the way, just rise to their feet, and for good reason. That's his first dunk of the night, and we thought, hey, that's pretty good. You know, can he do anything better? And it just kept progressing.
Well, this second one, this is the one that needs to end up on the tape. A big shout out to Alex Brownstein for slowing that down right there for us in the production truck, because that thing, I wish we had like some cinema cameras to be able to capture that for you guys, because that is some Sports Center type stuff. Maybe a Delmarva Sports standout, who knows?
And then how about this? The alley-oop, the connection, no one near the rim, and Perkins just setting this shot on fire. Awesome shot there, and man, it's been fun to watch so far. So Archbishop Wood trailing. They got off to a good start, Zach.
Yeah.
Very surprising. Actually, they were up by a handful of buckets. They just were relentless. They were able to get rebounds and everything, but Camden's the fourth best team in the country for a reason, and they're showing why.
Yeah, and for Wood, I think it's going to come down to you got to outshoot this team at this point. Like your inside game is not working. They're clearly a bit more physical, able to take those hits with a lot more fervor, and ultimately you have to rely on guys like Justin Moore, who's been extremely quiet so far. I mean, this is a guy that we touted as a 20-point-per-game scorer in the pregame, and right now, I mean, he has not given us that impression. In fact, only 2 points to his name, 1 of 4 from the field. So you get the ball to him a little bit more. You trust Nouse to be able to keep, hopefully knocking down the three-point shot that he's come to know and love very much so. And hopefully, if you're Wood, you close this gap in quarter 3, because you cannot rely on quarter number 4 to come back against this Camden Panther team.
No, you cannot. And right now, it is all Camden, 35-22. And we will take a quick break here. You are in the halftime presented by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling. Zach, I don't know if you're in the remodeling section of your life right now, but we're certainly happy to have them on board. Certainly happy to have basketball here in Lewis, Delaware. The final game of day 1. It's been a good one, 35-22, Camden up.
Thank you.
Welcome back here at Cape Henlopen High School in Lewis, Delaware. We are at the half right now with the fourth best team in the country, Camden, leading Archbishop Wood 35-22. New Jersey, Philly, the two basketball teams colliding here. And you know who else is colliding with the rim? It's Elijah Perkins.
Yeah.
The dunks have been unbelievable.
Yeah, roll the tape, please. My goodness. I mean, Perkins jump out of the gym athleticism on display. I mentioned in the first half he made SportsCenter top 10 for his dunk against Roselle Catholic over a guy. Yeah, let's throw that one on SC top 10 as well. I would love to see number 5, maybe number 6, or you know what, why not number 2 or 3? You know, we'll just throw it up there, Corey.
And then the alley-oop coming here for the trifecta. Just beautiful pass.
Oh.
The pass is on point, but the dunk just takes it over. And look at this shot. Man, and Perkins, for a guy who doesn't have a whole lot of huge D1 offers, we were talking about his teammate Wagner possibly going to Kentucky. You know, he's got some solid D1 offers, whether it's Stony Brook or, you know, Nebraska is solid, Robert Morris. But, man, if he keeps putting up highlight reel plays like that, I'm sure he's going to get noticed a lot faster here as his team leading Archbishop Wood 35-22. Corey Naito here alongside Zach Parnes. And what a great event this has been. We've been so fortunate to have basketball. Governor's Challenge, which was supposed to take place this week, another big showcase, called off, unfortunately, due to COVID issues. But the staff here at Hoop Hall East, presented by Slam Dunk to the Beach, has just done a phenomenal job just making sure everybody's staying safe. Yeah. We're all enjoying this great game of basketball and seeing some top echelon players here so far in day one.
Yeah, and taking a look back at the first half, the big things that kind of stick out for me as we head into the final 16 minutes of action for tonight, both teams kind of taking some ill-advised shots. Camden shooting 27% from three-point land right now. Meanwhile, they are, 27% from three-point land. Sorry, my stats machine here glitched on me. 17% for Archbishop Wood. That number needs to come up if they would like to be able to get in this contest. They also just have to improve the general field goal percentage, 8 of 22 right now. And, Corey, they turn the rock over 18 times. You don't win the game if you turn the ball over 20-plus. So hopefully they can limit that here in the final 16 minutes of action.
Camden turning the ball over on its own. Archbishop Wood now looking for a chance to score first here in the third. Corner triple, a little too strong by Tyson Allen. He's been a good story. Broken leg, had a concussion, still persevering and able to play some significant minutes. 23 on average for the Vikings, second most on the team. Moore, good pass down low, and there is Allen, the 6'3" senior, twin sister going to Vandy to play basketball. So we talked about the storylines in this game, bloodlines running deep in families here of these players on the court.
Yeah, his sister's one of the top recruits in the country. ESPN has a scout rating for her of 93, which makes her a 5-star recruit.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I would say so. Oh, man, what a monstrous rebound there from Bradshaw. Probably going to get the over the back here, or maybe not.
Wagner missing with the mid-range jumper. Wagner with 12 points, not completely lighting up the stat sheet by any means, but, we've seen that from other teams so far, like Roselle, where, we know how good these players are, but there's also really good role players and 2 and 3 options for these very powerful teams that are ranked across the nation.
Right now, if I am this Camden offense, well, you could do that. I wasn't going to suggest it, but Sion Medley is impressing in all lengths. Listen, if I'm Coach John Calipari, maybe I just throw that guy an offer to entice DJ maybe to come on down.
And another triple for Medley. He was on fire to start the game. A 3 attempt here for Archbishop Wood, and answering is Lassiter, shooting 35% from the floor. Just 1 of 5 from beyond the arc coming into tonight's game. That's in 5 games, so not usually a 3-point splasher, but there got the open look.
Yeah, Coach said that he needs to develop a little bit of his shooting. Doing something like that against a team like Camden's got to boost some confidence.
Robinson hands it off, corner 3, hand in the face. It does not matter. DJ Wagner, the top recruit in the class of 2023, the junior, has no problem.
Yeah, he's up to 15 points on the day. That total is only going to grow as his first 3 of the game finally falls, 1 of 5 now from Tripletown. Wagner is electric, I'll tell you. I mean, it's just really special seeing him and coming from the legacy that he does, as he gets the steal right off of the inbound, but unfortunately turns it over.
Good defense for the Vikings. Spot up 3, a little too strong by Justin Moore. What are you talking about, Wagner? He's ranked 8 spots higher than Bronny James and 13 higher than Shakir O'Neal.
Yeah.
2 sons of a Hall of Famer and no doubt Hall of Famer in LeBron James. But, I mean, that is how good DJ Wagner is. And how about that pass? Talking about good. Oh, my. Haskins with the beautiful dime.
Yeah, I love that pass right there. But jumping back to Wagner for a second, we talked a little bit about his lineage. I mean, even his grandfather, Milt Wagner, played in the NBA, won an NBA title with the Lakers in 1988. I mean, Milt, at one point in his collegiate career, this is kind of nutty to think about, but he played the 1982 Final Four, which, if you don't know anything about that year in the Final Four, there was a freshman at North Carolina by the name of Michael Jordan, a freshman at Georgetown by the name of Patrick Ewing, and a redshirt freshman, a big man, at University of Houston, Hakeem, the Dream, Olajuwon. And then there was Milt Wagner. So basketball in the blood of DJ, and he's showing it, but also demonstrating it in hard work.
And there is Aaron Bradshaw. We were waiting to see the 7-footer touch the rim, and he had an easy slam there.
And it's T-shirt time in the crowd. I love that promotion. Any dunk, you just throw some T-shirts. Yeah, that'll get people watching.
They might have to go get some more from the stockroom for this game.
Oh, boy.
Uh-oh, here we go. Oh, a little rim grazer, DJ Wagner.
Okay, but that was smart, Corey, because he knew if he went for the iron there, he probably could have fallen on his side and maybe hurt himself. So Wagner, somehow with unbelievable body control, to just kind of barely touch the rim there. We'll call it a dunk for good measure.
Bradshaw drawing the foul on the shot. Another 3 there as we take a look at that shot. Beautiful in the corner. And then there's the slam by Bradshaw. Bradshaw, second-ranked center in the junior class. 4:23 to go here in the third quarter. Camden looking to pull away from Archbishop Wood. Free throw good by Lassiter.
I would love to see a little more of Basile Lassiter on Wagner here, seeing as Basile often regarded as the best defender.
Sihan Medley singing a tune of a bunch of threes.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
He is electric from Triple Town right now. I think that it's only going to get better for him here. 5 of 5 from three-point territory.
Vikings with a missed three, and now a turnover. The ball goes into their bench. Medley just so smooth with that stroke from beyond the arc.
Yeah, hasn't missed.
6 of 6 from the floor, and as Zach mentioned, a perfect 5 for 5 from downtown.
And by the way, folks, that's not booing that you're hearing right there. That's the crowd shouting deuce for Deuce Kennedy, number 22 here, playing the on-ball defense on Medley.
Medley giving it to Robinson. Medley not afraid to shoot it. Panthers looking to set it up again. No shot clock, so they can take their time.
If this is anything like the Perkins play, we're going to see a backdoor screen here, and it's not, so just goes to show.
Wing triple good, and it doesn't really matter who's shooting the rock. It's all falling here for Camden. That's Cornelius Robinson. Alley-oop attempt and a nice little lay-in off the glass. Carson Howard.
Hey, that's an alley-oop too right there for the big man wearing number 20.
Robinson again. Other wing, no good. Now a wide open three, and it's DJ Wagner.
Man. When those shots from deep start falling, I mean, it does wonders for someone who's a three-level scorer like this, because he knows that now no matter where he's going to put the ball up, it's got a chance to go in as Wagner gets his 20th point of the game.
Calipari liking it. He's got his phone out. He's just talking to some of the fans. Air ball on the other end offensively. Wagner giving it to Melody. And Melody drawing the foul, going up. Pretty cool to see Calipari here, baseline right. And he's been on his phone a lot tonight for good reason, probably telling him and his coaches, hey, you know, DJ's looking pretty darn good tonight.
Yeah, and ultimately you got to think he's taking a look at the other kids here as well. Bradshaw, Medley, you know, to name a few, but even deeper down the bench, not necessarily sure that he might get the offer, but just to see a complimentary guy like Rasheer Fleming who's headed to St. Joe's. Fleming's a real leader off the bench for Camden also as he enters the game again. He had 5 points a game last year, but he always said, growing up as the oldest in 9 siblings, that everyone's looking up to me. Got to keep my composure and set a good example for those around me. So strong head on his shoulders right there as some of the starters start checking out, and we get a couple more in here for the Camden Panthers, including the likes of, I believe that's Kwame Amin.
Amin, backup point guard for this Panthers team. We'll play 4 to 5 minutes depending on how the game goes, and right now game is going pretty well for Camden. 58-31 with 2:07 left to go in the third quarter. Panthers in transition, a little skip pass, and a little reset.
Oh, man, just bullying his way inside. Boog Robinson, I mean, even if that shot didn't go in, that is such a strong take to the hoop. There are very few defenders, even bigger in stature, that can withstand that kind of impact. But look at Deuce Kennedy going to work. Oh, great pass inside. Yeah, the crowd loves this kid. They love him.
And why not? You mentioned the description that was given to him by Coach Moscow, you know, kind of that beer league point guard. He doesn't have the traditional point guard build, but man, the handles, the dish, and they just could not connect, but able to keep the ball, and the crowd was ready to erupt.
He's got great head fakes. Awesome at just aligning his eyes. Oh, he knows that the crowd wants him to pull something. That's a great pass, though.
Beautiful pass. Josh Reed off the mark, though. Out of bounds, and it will be Panthers basketball. But that's the other thing I love about this event. Again, my first time covering it, but it doesn't matter. These teams are not local to Lewis, Delaware.
No.
And these fans are just wanting to see fun, talented basketball, and so far that's exactly what they've gotten here in day one.
Well, you know, hats off to the Vikings staff because they do an awesome job of hosting this event every year, but fans don't pack this gym for Cape basketball the way they do right now.
That is a three made.
Yeah, that's Kwame Amin. we're a little slow on that one, Corey, because he usually
wears number 20.
Yeah, usually wears number 20, wearing number 11 today. Kennedy missing the 3 there. The entire crowd looked like they were ready to jump into cloud 9.
If Kennedy hits a 3, Zach, I think the crowd might be as loud as that Perkins alley-oop.
Yes.
And that's just awesome to hear as we have a pause on the hardwood here. Camden in control 63-31, but the little nice oop there on the other end for Archbishop Wood. Carson Howard laying it off the window, the starting center, 6'7", and then a triple made by the Panthers. And, Camden just able to do everything. You mentioned 3-level scoring with DJ Wagner, but the team collectively can do that. You have Robinson there.
It's such a strong move. It's almost Draymond Green-esque in just the way that you use your body to bully, create that space, and immediately, as soon as the space is made, getting that shot to go.
Archbishop Wood trying to talk some strategy. A little bit over a minute left in the third quarter. Throwing me off, they actually put the time of how much time is left on a timeout on the scoreboard as well. Thought there was 10 seconds left in the third. But, if you came here to see Camden, this is exactly what you wanted to see. You got Sion Medley, Aaron Bradshaw, Elijah Perkins, and DJ Wagner. And you see a lot of Kentucky players, and we got a crowd chant saying, "We want Deuce." Deuce is on the bench.
Yeah, Coach Moscow is not amused right now. Corey, remember when this was a 7-point game and we were like, how does Wood get back in it? I mean, at this point, nice little play here.
Dunk, and he actually rolls it in. Milan Dean, the 6'2 freshman guard, first time we're seeing him, but they're counting it as a dunk. T-shirt tosses all around the gym now. And the Panthers pull up jumper, but it's swatted away. Kwamir Amin with the shot, but
Josh Reed. That was a lot of ground to cover in a short amount of time. He was out on the wing and then got himself inside to make that block.
We talked about Reed. His father, Rick, a Big 5 Hall of Famer, played at Temple on those NCAA tournament games. Ball fake by Robinson. Able to lay it in off the glass. Beautiful job by the junior.
I'm very impressed by him right now, and I think it's because of the combination of speed, agility, and strength that we're seeing in his ability to score.
Foul called with 11 seconds left. Looking at the court right now for Camden, you have Rasheer Fleming. We've seen Kwamir Amin in as well, Robinson. A lot of the starters are out and probably out for the rest of the game with this lead that Camden has built up, 65-34.
So we can't see this right now because we're looking at the free throws. Maybe we get the other camera in here, but Camden does this very interesting thing where they've got 2 defenders down at the other side of the floor ready to go to build their offense. And in this case, it's Perkins, and I believe that is...
Robinson makes the shot. Doesn't matter.
Robinson comes down.
But, yeah, you're right. They have 2 on the corners instead of behind the shooter. Heave up right before the quarter ends. No good. And that closes out the third quarter. Camden rolling here, the 4th best team in the country, according to ESPN, and they are showing why. They are easily handling Archbishop Wood out of Philadelphia. And, Archbishop Wood, they're doing everything they can. You see some nice looks there offensively. And, again, we talked about the first quarter. They got off to a hot start. We're like, whoa, hey, we might have ourselves a game. And not to discount or discredit the Vikings, but just on paper, this Camden team just overmatches the Vikings. But they've been able to get some nice shots, a couple of threes here and there. And right now, they're just looking to build a strong fourth quarter because, as we've learned talking to coaches all week long leading up to this event, Zach, it doesn't really matter about wins and losses for these programs. It's about exposure, and it's about playing the best of the best across the country. And these teams would rather have a lopsided loss where it exposes all of their flaws rather than playing a cupcake team and winning by 30.
Yeah, and we also get to see the real test of guys like, Justin Moore, who's really not come alive right now, committed to Drexel. It just goes to show kind of he's only got 2 points, 1 of 6 shooting, and while he's extraordinarily talented, I'm not going to take it away from him. He's been extraordinarily limited tonight because Camden has evidently game planned for him tremendously. They've limited his ability to get open when they're setting those off-ball screens for him. He's totally lost in translation, and ultimately it ends up giving the Panthers the exact sort of push that they need. I'm eager to see also if Wood ends up playing Marcus Dixon here in the second half. I doubt we'll see him, but number 11 in black, he's a defensive end and tight end who's got offers to play football at Penn State and Notre Dame. So it would be cool to see that athleticism out here kind of in these last 8 minutes, although the crowd just wants to see more Deuce Kennedy. So.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned the dual threat there for Archbishop Wood, and just the athleticism that has been on display so far tonight and what we expect to see over the next 2 days is something that, these fans really have come to learn and love here at the annual event in Lewis, Delaware. So Archbishop Wood trying to just put a good fourth quarter together. Meanwhile, Camden, they're looking to continue their win streak. Their last loss, Zach, almost 3 years ago to the day, December 30th of 2019, and an acrobatic shot and a hard foul. DJ Wagner quickly being helped up by his teammates.
Yeah,
you always hold your breath for a recruit like that hitting the hardwood.
I was just about to say, Corey, I mean, he landed very heavily on that left leg, and clearly as a right-handed guy leaving that leg predominantly for your layups, you're always worried about any sort of injury, especially obviously just because you don't want any kid to get hurt, but you especially don't want the number 1 recruit in 2023 to get hurt.
Wagner at the line. We talked a lot about him, a player projected to be a lottery pick in 2024, a potential top 3 selection. His dad known as the King of Camden. I mean, this family line is just so impressive. You mentioned his grandfather, Milt, his father, DeJuan, playing for the Cavaliers in the early 2000s, and now he's trying to become the first third-generation NBA player. And, he's got John Calipari watching his game up here in Delaware. Really impressive stuff by the junior.
And it's kind of crazy not to go on a little tangent here, but Camden has changed so much as a place through the 3 generations of that family, right? So for those who don't know at home, I imagine a lot of Camden viewers are going to be like, yo, I already know this, but Camden used to be one of the most violent cities in America. 2012, they disband the police force and end up using county funds to kind of bring in new policing. It was based on community standards and de-escalation. Ultimately, it led to a significant drop in violent crime, so much so that in 2019, they had the lowest level in 50 years. So, this is a town that also, I mean, that kind of translates to the hardcourt a little bit. The Camden teams of past were known for being very gritty, in-your-face, physical, etc., and which this team is, but they had an element of not being able to keep their cool. Tempers would boil over. There were a lot of fights. And under head coach Rick Brunson, this team doesn't even have a technical foul, let alone a fight. So Camden making a lot of effort to improve their community. It's improved the schools and everything for that town of about 70,000 just outside of the Philly area.
Camden getting the ball, and the fans still cheering for Boog. They were not happy that they saw Tyson Allen checking back in for the Vikings. Camden in control, 6:40 to go here in the final quarter. And we see some of the starters back out now for the Panthers. 7-footer Aaron Bradshaw down in the paint. And it's Wagner kicking out top of the key 3, no good.
Oh,
good second chance opportunity, though, trailing the shot. Melody, we've seen him take a couple of 3s, spin cycle instead, gets the loose ball, tries to go up, doesn't draw the contact, and now it's the Vikings going the other way.
He had every right to argue for a foul there and didn't, which is really, I don't know if that's a testament to, hey, we have a huge lead and I don't really care, or if it's actually just who he is as a player. If that's the case, this guy's got to get more interest as he goes to the rack right now, and yeah, that time he definitely got fouled.
Yeah, it's been a great show of athleticism and sportsmanship here for Medley. We talked about him. Princeton, Harvard offers, so Ivy League potential. Also, an offer from LaSalle, so able to stay home in Philly if he'd want to. And he's kind of the pace setter. As he goes, the team goes. And the crowd is getting louder and louder, and now basically booing the head coach, John Moscow of Bishop.
This is so funny.
Archbishop Wood right now, because they want
Deuce Kennedy.
Deuce Kennedy, man. That's got to be pretty cool. I'm sure Deuce is trying to not crack a smile on the bench, too, by now.
Oh, he has. I've been watching from distance right now. He's getting a little elated about the whole thing. I know that John Moscow, though, definitely not elated right now with the way that the program. I can't get over this.
Just listen to the crowd.
Yeah, I'm trying to angle my mic out.
The whole gym chanting, "We want Deuce" in unison. Fantastic stuff here in Lewis, Delaware tonight.
It's almost like Deuce is the Rudy Rudiger of Archbishop Wood basketball. What a strong offensive rebound from. Oh man!
Aaron Bradshaw.
Oh my goodness!
The board and the slam.
I don't even have words for that. That's so perfect. That intensity to wrestle that offensive rebound and then pure power to just slam it down. My goodness.
Bank shot no good. Bradshaw there, ball last touched by the Vikings. And we talked about the Perkins slams. Haven't really seen Elijah Perkins much here in the second half, but we saw plenty of him in the first half. And his teammate Aaron Bradshaw saying, "Hey, I'm supposed to be coming with the big-time slams," and the boos ringing louder as Boog still not being called off the bench.
This is really wild.
I don't know if they're fans of Camden. Probably not. They just want to see Boog play basketball right now.
Oh, they want to see Deuce Kennedy come on out here and do whatever he can. I'll tell you, this is...
It was the handle and the head fake down low on that side of the court
that got everyone to love him.
Dean, the 6'2 freshie, getting on the stat sheet. And we have a timeout taken here with 4:10 left. Camden in full control, the fourth best team in the country. And the crowd just continuing.
We want Deuce.
This is fantastic.
Give the people what they want.
Camden going to cruise to victory here over Archbishop Wood.
Yeah, the storyline is changing very quickly. Oh, man. I want that dunk played on replay like every day that I wake up to watch basketball, because that is just perfect.
Barely has to jump. Obviously, that 7-foot stature. On the other end, you have Dean trying to answer, but 71-38 your score. And you got random fans yelling now at Coach John Moscow to put Deuce in the game.
I just visibly watched Calipari pull his mask down and say, who is Deuce? So he's trying to get in on what everybody's talking about too.
And the boos continue to ring here inside the gym at Cape Henlope, and play will resume. And fans, don't forget, we have 2 more days of action coming your way with Premier High School basketball. And you definitely don't want to miss out. We will be bringing it to you all here on Bleacher Report. But looking ahead, brought to you by Comfort Plus Services, tomorrow we get underway at 3:30. We saw our Savior Lutheran taking on AZ Compass Prep.
Yes.
They're going to look to bounce back after a pretty rough showing against one of the top 10 teams in the country in Compass Prep. They will take on the only other local team to Lewis, Delaware, the Seaford Blue Jays, who have been really solid here in Delaware. The 5 o'clock game, Bergen Catholic will take on National Christian Academy. 6:30, we'll see Roselle Catholic again taking on Gray Collegiate, the second furthest team from the showcase. They are based outside of Columbia, South Carolina. And then we will have quite a game to end tomorrow night. Westtown, outside of Westchester, PA, with Derek Lively, the number 2 recruit in the class, Going to Duke, he will take on AZ Compass Prep. The Dragons with 5 to 6 D1 players already committed. That will be certainly a showcase game tomorrow night. And then, of course, Wednesday wraps it up with 3 games as well. So definitely make sure you lock it in here on Bleacher Report. Camden locked in all the way. They're going to go on and earn a victory. And here comes Deuce.
God. There's no way. That just got the strongest reaction of the entire night. Him being sent to the table. You could have sworn someone just got proposed to. That was... This is so funny. Yeah, let's keep a nice shot on him for the rest of the game.
Now the fans finally get what they want. Deuce back in the game. Camden leading by 30. A triple missed.
Hey, we're also going to see number 11, Marcus Dixon, the junior. Coach calls a real role player, but...
Deuce with the handles, kicks it out. Shot is missed by the three-point sharpshooter, Nouse. He hit one earlier, but hasn't been able to connect since. Now, we talked about the dunks of Perkins and Bradshaw. If Deuce does anything remotely impressive, this gym might collapse.
He just went to kick the ball, so I'm seeing the beer league stuff in action.
Bradshaw misses the baseline jumper. They want to give it to Deuce, but it's pickpocketed away, and here comes the Panthers. Through traffic, hard contact, wow. Still playing hard are the Vikings and obviously the Panthers, but man, you heard that from up here, and it was Kwamir Amin hitting the deck.
Yeah, he hit the ground hard, rebounding well, though, and getting up, getting ready to take these free throws, add some points onto his season total. He has yet to score, didn't score in their first contest, so these would be his first points of the season. By the way, on the other side of the agenda, Archbishop Wood. We haven't seen Justin Moore. It almost leads me to believe that maybe something's going on with him. Injury-wise, he has not checked back in for some time.
And Deuce is gone. Oh, no, he's staying in.
This is great. This is like rooting on the entire comeback story.
Marcus Dixon, also known as Deuce. And you mentioned he's the one that's got offers from Penn State and Notre Dame to play football.
Now Deuce Kennedy headed to the free throw line.
Impressive specimen there. I mean, you mentioned he doesn't really look like the basketball player, but Penn State and Notre Dame want him, and that's really impressive there by Dixon.
No, they want 11. They want Marcus Dixon, who is the tight end, defensive end.
That's true.
Offers from Ole Miss, UGA, and Penn State to play the game of football. Time's out here, though, Corey. Hard to believe, but we're done with game time today.
It's hard to believe that game got taken over with the chance of Deuce. They wanted Deuce Kennedy, but they did not get him all that often. But, hey, what a game. 73-41, Camden leads. And we take a look at both teams shaking hands. And a great wrap-up to night one here of Slam Dunk at the Beach at Hoop Hall East. And we go to the Paul Davis Restoration and Home Modeling post game, and we take a look